Let's go.
You're good.
It is 7 PM on May 7th, 2019, and we are going to open the Committee of Committees meeting. You, roll call, please.
Yep. Committee members first, William Lexinger.
I'm here.
Jen Christensen is absent. Jared Doan.
Here.
Gina Simpson. Here. Jason Grimes.
Here.
Village President Rick Worm.
Here.
Village Treasurer Brenda Odenbangy.
Here.
Village Clerk Sandy Moss, I am here. Public Works Supervisor Brett Fergie.
Here.
Park Supervisor Kenny Leamer is absent, and Village Engineer Matt Hampton.
Here.
Jen did call, say she wouldn't probably be here tonight. All right, so we'll entertain a motion to approve the April 2nd, 2019 Committee of Committee meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the April 2nd, 2019 Committee of the Committees minutes.
Second.
Dina makes a motion to approve the April 2nd, 2019 Committee meeting minutes. Jared seconds. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 702. Illinois Street Detention Pond. Find the picture.
You might have to refresh or
Yes.
we just sent it.
Not here yet. That's why we're doing the thing later on. Okay, can we move on to something else and we can come back to that if it pops up? All right, so we're gonna move on to the treasurer. Oh, do you have anything?
I do, actually. So the new server is at this point up and running, except for emails that will switch over in about an hour. So starting tomorrow, there will be a new access point in which everybody will need for their emails. So please come see me after the meeting so I can make sure that everybody has the direction to go to receive your emails. Mail.davisjunction.com, which is currently used, will no longer be active. And you will be able to log in and see things for a little while here, but you cannot send or receive from it. And all of your emails will have transferred over to the new email account.
Will we have the same email addresses?
You will have the same email addresses.
Okay.
Yep. I'll explain it after the meeting to everybody individually, but nothing's changing. Your email address is the same, your login credentials are the same, everything stays the same, so. Other than that, it's running great.
Okay. It's still not up. So Brenda?
Attached, you'll see the appropriations ordinance in the packet. The appropriations ordinance is what we file with the county. It's our legal spending limit. The numbers here take our budget times about approximately 20%, just in case we have anything major happen. That way we don't have to re-vote on appropriations. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Huh?
Can you use a microphone?
Sorry, the capital reserve fund, you expect to use $500,000?
No,
Or
I don't expect to use.
you just put it on there in case? All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Yep.
Thank you.
And this is next week at 6:45?
Next
Yes.
week at 6:45, everybody needs to be here for a public hearing.
Can we make sure Bill knows if he so
Yes.
chooses?
Yes, I still send out the mass emails with the packet and the agenda announcement.
And that's all I have.
We all put it in.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Doing it now.
Let me see if it's here yet.
Nope, it didn't go out of there it went. Now it
Okay.
just went.
Let's see if it's here. That's the beauty of this email server. That's why we're leaving it. All right, we'll move on to Matt. We'll let him get through his stuff. We're trying to beat the 8 o'clock deadline tonight, 'cause that's when the mail server does move.
Oh, okay. We have a deadline, that's good.
That's when this will shut down.
Okay, go down through these quickly, I guess. The only project on the first page there where they've started any of the punch list work is the top one, the Junction Road, Lincoln Avenue, the, High Street, the widening, seal coating job. Contractor started, last week doing some of the punch list work. All the construction projects for this year were, bid opening was April 23rd, and the village got all those projects awarded. And I think, Sandy's got a big pile of contracts for me to take back with me to Cory. So next step in all of these projects, the Harvey Glen Plat 10 Phase 2, the microsurfacing, I did check with Cory, the microsurfacing, there was no, it waited the 8 days and there were no protests or anything, so that got awarded as well. The 2019 seal coating, the sump pump, and the water main extensions, the maintenance building and Autumn Lane. Cory will probably be getting a pre-construction meeting scheduled for all those projects, so hopefully construction will start, hopefully no later than end of the month or early June, hopefully. So we'll get the contractor scheduled at those pre-construction meetings. Nothing on the sidewalk. Park pond modifications, they didn't have anything on there, but I know there's, you wanna add anything?
I can, Cory, I put Cory in touch with Kenny, and, they came out and they invited me to come out on Friday. Kenny gave Cory a preliminary idea of his vision to how to improve the park. So, obviously, if you guys don't recall, the pond needs to be dredged out on the detention side.
East side.
Basically, the pond needs to be fixed, and in doing so, we have an opportunity to remedy a couple of, what we'll call design flaws with the park from 25 years ago. Potentially moving some of the pond area, and squeezing in another ball diamond. So, Cory came out, and, what we asked for was just a cost estimate to do the design work, the engineering work, because, we need the engineering work done pretty soon, so that if and when we have an agreement between a company to do the work for us, the engineering work is already done, and we're not holding up this project on engineering work, so, that's that.
Gonna move this and put the fourth diamond in?
That's kind of the theory, yeah, is to, when we dredge out the east side, take away the berm, and, instead of having what kind of looks maybe like a kidney pond we got now, is to make it more of a long rectangular one, so we can squeeze a diamond in there. And if they're doing earthwork, that would be the time to do it.
Yep.
Part of it was also to, remove the sled hill. It's not,
That was not part of it.
it is now.
I'd say it was not.
Through discussion, it's rarely used, and it's, in the way, and it takes up a lot of space that,
That was gonna be somebody's band shelter, put the band shelter at the bottom, and you sit on the hill to watch it.
where the bands.
Exactly.
So, but, obviously, none of this is in the works. This was just, the concept that Kenny and I, we discussed as we were out there, on what it would cost to get the engineering for this done. It came in a lot
So-
higher than I anticipated, so, I'm not sure. I believe we might entertain another estimate from somebody.
So was it decided that the hill's gonna go?
No, it's
Okay.
not.
All right.
That's one of the other things you gotta consider out there is this,
Yes.
that needs to be, it definitely needs to be upgraded. If you're gonna add a fourth diamond and even increase the traffic to that, there's no way those poor guys, people are gonna keep up out there. They do a great job as it is,
I think
but
that's a long range, possibly with some extra income from an outside source,
Yes.
maybe, but, that's all that was, so. We did not give them direction to proceed with the work yet.
Park, nothing with the water sewer rate study.
Matt, you gotta pick the microphone up.
Where am I at? Sorry.
Sorry. The water treatment plant gas chlorination, talked to Brett this morning, I'm just waiting on, the chemical feed pump that they sent me the specifications for. Didn't seem like it had the right feed rate to it, so I'm just trying to clarify that with the owners, or with the, Hawkins before we submit the EPA permit application, so. Is that early?
Yep, Matt, that's for you.
That's me?
We can stop and move up to the other one, come back.
Jumping around tonight.
We jump all over
We're
the place,
so
get move this
casual.
along. All right, Brett, you ready?
I think that was a no.
So I didn't know I was speaking about this tonight, so.
Well, she said it was for you.
No, I said the photo was
Oh,
from him.
well, from him.
The conversation's still yours.
Oh, wonderful.
I did not give that to him.
So this was the wonderful thing we found out there,
Oval crossings.
right? I'm not sure where we stand on it, other than they've agreed to repair it.
They have not done so in the time frame in which they were
Agreed.
requested to do so.
That helps, right?
They contacted Dan and said their progress had been made. Progress has not been made to a satisfactory level. I don't know if Matt or Corey was out
I
there.
don't know, do you know about this, John? So
this-
this is a water retention in Oval Crossings that one of the homeowners took upon themselves to make into their own little pond. So they blocked the outflow and changed how the water would get into it, and then planted
Yeah.
stuff.
So I guess, it was up for discussion to determine where the board would like to proceed from here, since the progress is not being made, is my last understanding.
I talked to Corey about it, 'cause I saw it on the agenda, 'cause I hadn't heard anything, what was going on, and Corey, basically, his correspondence has been with Dan. Dan told him to go out and take a look at it about a week ago, 'cause the owner said they were gonna get something done, and Corey looked and he says, he sent him that picture, and he says, I don't think anything's been done, so, it sounds like, Dan, there's a May 19th
Yeah.
completion date for it, and Corey did give Dan just a real budget. He thought, with one of the contractors, if the village wanted to have somebody do it, with one of the contractors on our projects this summer could probably come in and do it, and Corey thought for $5,000, probably correct all that, so. 3 to 5.
So the 19th is...
No, 3 to 5,
That needs
sorry.
to be done by?
They've actually asked for an extension, which
Granted.
was, granted, I
Right.
think be due to snow.
Right,
Right.
right, for sure.
So, yes, but it's, they had said that progress was being made and they were almost done, and that is not the case after Corey's inspection.
Curious what they consider progress. Wonder what...
They did cut it down.
It is like less overgrown, but I don't know
Right.
what they're attempting, like where they're at. Like,
You think the first thing you would do is to take out the dam so that the water could flow out of it.
well, maybe they're trying to
Um,
eliminate the weeds
that-
before they do that.
Most of them, if they're water plants, would die if you let the water go away. So I'm not sure either.
Would that be our cost or their cost to fix that?
I'd have to confirm with Dan, but I believe from our original thing that if we end up having to fix it, there might be some ways to try to recoup that. Would it be long-term recouping? Yes.
We might as well just pay for it then, because it would cost more probably in the long run to have Dan.
It's gonna cost more than lawyer fees.
Keep giving the homeowner an opportunity to.
Yep, I agree. We give the owner an opportunity to fix it, and if they do, they do. If they don't, we proceed with other options. Especially if we got somebody out here doing earthwork.
Or, give them the contractor's information when they come to town.
Yep,
If they wanna
yeah,
hire them,
we can do that,
then negotiate privately,
yep.
more power to them.
But like Rick said, the big thing is you just gotta get it to drain.
Right.
It's not going anywhere, no.
No, 'cause you've got this in the way.
Why would you do?
You went out there and saw it, right?
No judging. Do
Did
you
you go out and
need
look at it?
dates or anything like that, like, or do you...
'Cause they moved the inlet to the top of this berm.
Yeah.
Rick had asked for this to be on the agenda, so I don't need anything.
Okay.
Rick's fine.
No, it's just, you guys all okay with letting the homeowner take a little longer to get their stuff?
Seeing that we had
Yeah.
snow 2 weeks ago, absolutely, yeah.
We've had crazy weather.
It's been ridiculous, so hopefully they'll be on it then. now that
I
it's
thought
turning.
2018 was bad, and this is
It's bizarre.
nuts. Okay,
Wow.
that is what we will do then.
All right, back to my list here, I still have it under the 251 water main, going north, but, we did get obviously with the next project, we did get the, scope change for the grant, so we can use it towards the water main going to the south. Obviously, I've added the new project for the 251 going south. Had to apologize to, William tonight, 'cause we got our, get the email chains going back and forth, and his mind's thinking one thing, and my mind wasn't on the same track as his. We got, in the emails, we were kind of talking about where to end the water main, and we were talking about whether we want to end it at the entrance to save some cost, the entrance into, Scandia, and he said, no, we want to go to the south property line, and I was thinking south property line of Scandia, and he was obviously thinking south property line of Rolling Meadows. So we're about 300 feet short. So basically, in talking to William and Adina before the meeting, we're kind of thinking that we can. I have to issue an addendum anyway because we couldn't get the soil borings done by the time we had to advertise. So we got the soil boring report back. So I'm issuing that by addendum. But what I want to do is part of the addendum will be to add the 300 feet from about where your cursor is, just south of the road, just south of Rolling Meadows Road, all the way down to where your cursor is right there, which is about 300 feet. And we're going to do it as an alternate bid, so all the pay items in that area will be under an alternate bid item. So we'll have the base bid for what's out right now. There'll be an alternate bid, and then it'll be up to the board to decide once they see the pricing after bidding, whether you'll have the ability to award just the base bid only or the base bid plus the alternate.
So are we gonna place a hydrant at the end, just out of curiosity?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
You'd have to for flushing.
yep.
well, just to keep it flowing.
Does that affect the DECO grant doing an alternate bid?
No.
So you're gonna place one here?
Yes, we'll have one, basically we'll have one at the end, one at, Rolling Meadows Road, one just north of,
It'll be every 300 feet, won't it?
they're a little bit wider spacing there, just 'cause I think the longest run we have, there's a 700 foot, most of them are under 500, but there's 700 feet from where we start, there's a hydrant kinda,
There's one right here, right?
yeah, but there's actually one in the trees,
Highway, to the left.
to the left, straight left, you won't see it, but it's actually back in the trees. Well, we gotta get up and out of the trees before we can get to the roadway and get our first hydrant in there. So there's a little longer span there, but everything else is under 500 feet.
How many hydrants total is that gonna be, about 4?
We'll have 4.
Pretty good.
You are, you're pretty good at that. I can't even believe I said that out
What do you
loud.
do for a living again?
I said it out loud, it was public now, so.
And a lot of times on the main transmission lines, I mean, obviously we do want, obviously the fire department input, but a lot on the transmission lines, if we're out in some of these open areas where there's really nothing at that point, we may space them further apart, because we just need it basically more for flushing, figuring that if something develops along that roadway, hydrant either can be added or the water main will be extended into a development, and you'll get hydrants at more of a 300 to 400 foot spacing. Oh, gosh, what did I have, the increase? I think it was, let me get my pile. Went from 235 to 278, so we got 43. So we're actually adding 300 feet of main, a hydrant, and a valve on the end.
But that's only if we award the alternate.
Correct, correct. And we'll see where the bids come in. You know, we gave them a pretty tight timeframe. The actual completion time goes actually technically past the end of June, but we put a stipulation in there that we have to have at least, you know, $100,000 worth of either material on site or work completed by mid-June, so we can get the disbursement into the EPA, so we can get the $100,000 in grant funds. And then the rest of the project can be finished in a reasonable time. And then last one was the Verizon Wireless. Obviously, they were at your board meeting on the 23rd as well. And it sounds like they're going to be providing you with some additional information so you can make some sort of final decision.
They contacted you at all?
Not since the 23rd. I just had the conference call with them the week prior.
Okay.
Were they supposed to get a hold of me, run anything by?
So,
Mm-mm.
about
I think
fees?
so.
No, Brenda's calculating that.
Okay, perfect.
But just, Sandy gave me a little bit of information, just, did everything go relatively okay, or?
I don't think it went bad. I just think they were surprised by our not being elated by their response. I think they were expecting us to be like thrilled to death with their response, and we weren't. And so I think they were kind of taken aback by the fact that we wanted them to go back and find out some more information for us because what they shared with us wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
then we're not gonna eat their costs of
They
private servicing.
they thought that was rather odd.
I told them coming in, I said the expectation was to get that building that was, we got the picture, and that's what we thought we were supposed to be getting. And I said, if you want to go to that meeting, I said, you better be prepared to answer the question of why we didn't get that building.
Well, they said the one we got, it's an upgrade, it's better.
Well, and the one we're proposing is supposedly even better for the equipment.
Well, and the
Right.
person they brought
Well-
with them was the gentleman in the front, and there was a gentleman behind. Wasn't sure what the gentleman behind was here for because he couldn't answer any questions. That was a little odd.
Well, through this whole process, you've had so many parties involved. You've got Verizon, you've got a couple agents for Verizon, the contractor.
Well, I think the guy in the back.
We made that part very clear.
The guy in the
I mean,
back-
I'll
guy
be
in the
honest
We
with
made
you,
that part clear.
you couldn't keep track of who was in charge,
I think
really.
the guy in the back was one of the agents, and the guy in front was an attorney.
They were both attorneys, I believe.
The gentleman in the back, I believe, is is
The guy in the back was from Verizon.
Yeah, he
What?
didn't seem like he had
The
enough
guy in the
knowledge
back was
about the
from
situation
Verizon, the attorney.
to answer
from
the
a
question.
third-party representative of Verizon.
Kind of felt like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, no, when he introduced himself, it's in the minutes.
Yep.
The only reason I'm aware, yeah, he's a third-party representative.
So he wasn't
Okay.
very aware of what
He got
Verizon
stuck
did
at
or
the
what
meeting is
Verizon
what
was
that
going to
sounds
do,
like.
and he was just kind of back there, but
Yeah, he
the
got
lawyer
stuck.
seemed very knowledgeable of what had happened and what was
Mhm.
going on, just, I
He was just
agree with
a
you,
little uneasy with
I
that.
don't think he was prepared for us to push back and say,
No.
still not acceptable.
He was uncomfortable with that, for sure.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
That's it.
I had one thing to add. So the microsurface project, I don't believe we officially awarded it. So can we put that on the agenda?
It is on the consent agenda, so it will be awarded before you step down.
Jason's like, you do whatever you need to do.
You have anything further, Matt? All right.
Said we're gonna pull
Go
it.
to the committees, community improvement, finance?
Matt talked about the only thing I had, the park, engineering for the pond. I don't think I have anything else.
Public hearing next Tuesday at 6:45.
We
Please.
discussed that already.
I know, but I'm just gonna keep reminding.
It's on the calendar already.
So I don't think.
Ordinance enforcement?
Nothing.
Oh.
Have anything for parks? Streets guy?
I can talk about it. So, as you guys know, the fireworks needs to be approved. It's the same as last year. I'm not sure if the options are increased at all or not, but it's the same price point as last year, and so Kenny would like this to be approved next week.
So I have a question on, I thought we were going local.
So the gentleman is actually out of Stillman.
Yeah,
He works for a company that's a little bit more broad, but the
okay,
gentleman himself does come from Stillman Valley.
okay.
If he does as good a job as last year?
Yeah.
Be excellent.
Yeah, and it's the same company as last year too. He's still working for the same people.
Perfect.
Same
Yep.
price.
Jason?
Well, in the packet, there was two, draft resolutions, temporary construction easements.
Just one. Just one. I don't have the second one yet.
Pretty sure.
No. Mm-mm.
But they were both signed.
There's, there's two easements in there, but I know that there's another resolution coming with more temporary easements in it.
Oh, really? Oh.
That's the email that I got, I just don't know where they are. And I don't know if it's for that project or a different one.
I don't know anything about that one.
I-
This for the ditch?
Yeah, this is for the ditch. As far as I know, these two are signed.
They are. So, I got an email letting me know to send back my changes to the resolution so that they had it for the next one that's coming. So there must be another project that needs more. I'll surprise it on you next week. Or Chris, or somebody, or John.
There you go. That's all it is.
All right. Utilities?
Unless Brett has anything, I don't.
Excellent. Unfinished business, Rolling Meadows Water, I haven't heard anything new.
That conversation's been started again, see what happens.
I'll talk with,
Everybody
I
made
just
fun.
lost her name.
Becky.
Becky.
Everybody made fun of me for sticking on the agenda last November, but here we are with mosquito spraying.
Yeah, you think they'd be reaching out to us?
No, they know the ball's in our court.
Even a broken clock is quite.
And we don't have anything you want to say?
So now that the budget is done, Frankie and I will be starting to schedule those meetings to get that going. I sent him an email so we can get rocking and rolling.
Public?
If this is actually,
That's, William, that's for us to make the plan for how to choose which ones get fixed.
I'm sorry. I need to pay attention. Sorry.
Sorry.
it's
Go ahead.
Mine's on phase 2 of Plat 10. Do we have an idea of really when they're gonna start?
We won't until we have the pre-construction meeting. Typically, in that pre-construction meeting, we introductions, go over contract information, and then go through the construction sequence and scheduling with the contractor. So usually typically get a start date from the contractor when they'll be able to get going.
When will that be?
I would think if those are all the signed contracts, Corey's gonna be reaching out to all the contractors to set up the pre-construction meeting. I'm not sure, Jason, in the past when he's done multiple, does he do individual ones, or does he try to do all one? Depends on what he's done.
But we've only done meetings on the big ones.
On the big ones?
It's usually 2 to 3 weeks after the contract.
So like phase 2, Plat 10?
That would have a meeting.
All right. Who's gonna represent the village for that?
I don't know. Probably Brett and somebody
There-
else.
A
Usually-
village trustee.
I usually went to them, but I know
You?
Brett's obviously.
Well, I don't, it doesn't matter to me, I just wanna know, because being in the middle of it, after I was sent the letter from Willett Hoffman about the driveway, and I've been working on, getting estimates from the people the names that they provided, even though Stenstrom doesn't service Davis Junction. I've contacted everybody else and trying to get replies isn't the greatest. But I'd like to know, I'd like to actually contact the contractor who's gonna do it, because if they're actually gonna not subcontract the driveway replacement out, and they're gonna do it themselves, then I wanna, ask them, see if they wanna replace my driveway. And, if they are gonna subcontract it out, then I'd like to know who it is, because they're already gonna be there.
Right.
It'd be part of their process, so it'd be easier for them and for the village, but I don't know where to get that information.
Actually,
Sorry.
no, that's okay, good. If you want, I can have Corey contact the contractor. He's probably got a subcontractor list already, so probably know who's doing the concrete work, and we can get you the subcontractor's name.
Mine's asphalt, but.
Asphalt? Okay. Yeah, we'll check with them, and I'll just have Corey send you an email or send it
Yeah,
to
just
Sandy,
man 'em.
forward it on to Chris? Okay.
So
can I
any of
ask
this
a question on
information will
that?
be available at Village Hall once we know who it is,
Mhm.
so if any of the
Yep.
residents along that area wanna call, they can
Yep, they
call down to
can.
Village Hall and get that information.
Or they can email me at djclerk@davisjunction.com.
So if,
That was just gonna be my thing, so like if we're gonna do that,
I do
because
like this video thing, 'cause we can get this
if
information
there's a
out.
way that, make sure that everybody else gets that information, not just Chris, that was just my
Yep.
only thing.
Well,
Absolutely.
it'll-
Okay.
and I would like everybody, 'cause anybody else who's looking into
Running
the
the
same
same
thing I am.
issues
Right.
that you are, right.
I don't know how many people are, 'cause it doesn't affect as many people.
Right.
Because the cul-de-sac isn't that big and there aren't quite as many homes. But anybody who's considering it would have that information.
Right.
It'd be nice that if we did learn of a date that the construction was gonna be, that we could also have that information available to the entire affected area so that they
I
could.
believe when the construction starts, don't they typically send out a letter to the homeowners that are affected, letting them know when
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna
the
start?
earlier somebody would know,
wanna-
it would,
Yeah.
the better they can plan, especially around that time of the, the year.
You wanna state your email there a little louder?
djclerk@davisjunction.com.
That's where you can get your information.
Yep.
Anything further from public?
No, that's it for me.
Anything further from the committee members? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Nina makes a motion to adjourn, Jason seconds, is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 7:00.